Hello, everyone, and welcome back to D&D with WhatTeamComp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, and we are back in Cormundum. About to have more of that good, fun shenaniganry, aren't we, everyone?
Define shenaniganry.
Having a great deal of shenanigans.
Whatever we do.
But yes, this time I will actually, thankfully I was reminded last session, towards the end of the session, but still, that I should introduce what and who and everyone is at the start, just to help give visuals for those who are like popping in, at episode 11 rather than episode 1. I'm sorry.
I am not.
Okay.
You are meant to be confused. This is like the Dark Souls lore. You don't get told anything. You just kind of have to observe and figure it out.
Fair. So,
Poor Hephaestus.
fair. So, when last we left off, the party had made their way to Calcus Walk. The party consisting of... One second. Do this in order from top to bottom. Artemis, the half-elf artificer... Artiwizard. Artificer
Just
wizard.
say Artificer Wizard.
Yep, I said it. Aurelius, the human paladin. Elizabeth, the human fighter. And Serenity, the Azmar barbarian, had been working with the druids and the people of the walk after a rune had been stolen, preventing them from progressing across the Colossi's path. With some investigation and work between them all, they were eventually able to stumble over and fall face first into demons a few times, as well as...
These things happen.
Yeah, they happen, yeah. As well as confront a bugbear named Torin, who managed to escape in the ensuing conflict. As the rune had been recovered and was being replaced, a gentleman had also arrived, named Maxim, who caused Elizabeth to go a little bit pale, I would say.
Paler.
Paler than she normally was.
You get much paler, you're going to become transparent.
This would not be the first time.
Mm-hmm. But after some discussion, while Aurelius went out to ensure that the druids were not interrupted in their work, Serenity and Artemis went to take a goddamn nap. They were tired.
Exhausted.
And Elizabeth went to a room to speak with Maxim. And while in their discussions, Maxim revealed that they know quite a bit more about her. And that is where we are picking up.
Okay. So, because I said I would do this and it would help everybody, now that Elizabeth is a little more clear-headed, a little bit, she's going to take in Maxim's full appearance, since it's been a while since they've seen each other.
All right. Maxim's physiology says more humanoid. Very human features. Bit more of the rounded jawline than sharper features, but they wear a bandana that covers the top part of their hair, probably to keep it out of their eyes, as well as their ears. They wear a loose-fitting gi, the fold-over shirts, effectively, tied with a dark brown rope. At their side, there is a curved blade, like a kukri, that, as you're looking at them over and kind of just getting a feel for them, they do actually pull out, they actually like run their thumb across the blade side of it, and as you kind of glance at it a bit, you realize that it looks a bit dulled. Recalling that they had mentioned using the weapon to fight the demons outside, and that they had realized that they need to switch to alternative methods, you realize that fighting the demons likely dulled the blade slightly.
Okay.
They're wearing the open-toed sandals that have wraps that go like up past the ankles, and despite having a pack and several other little satchels and such on them, a lot of it looks to be remarkably flat, very minimalist in how much he's brought with him.
Okay. Is this what he looked like last Elizabeth saw him?
For the most part, the different clothes, obviously. The pouches, you're not really one who focused on stuff like that, so I mean, it could be. Last you were, seeing them and whatnot, though, they were wearing like a lot more of a more colorful, more kind of flamboyant sort of outfit, like one clearly meant to gather more attention and eyes than this much more plain, solid green outfit.
Okay. I was just curious. At that, Elizabeth still is keeping distance. She's at the door, even though it's her room.
Right. Like I said, he walked in, pulled up a chair, and sat down.
Well, she's gonna lean her back against the door, cross her arms over her chest, and go, "So, you said we need to get our facts straight. Which facts do you need to get straight?"
Well, you're clearly on the run still. So
yeah. More so now than I thought, but yeah.
On the plus side, it seems you're... How do I put this? I'd say safe, but I have to put air quotes around that. You're obscure.
That's one way to put it.
Honestly, I don't think I'd have found you if I hadn't come out here to help.
Honestly, didn't know you were still looking.
I mean, not like actively.
That's not what I meant. She's gonna get really awkward and look down, going, "That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant."
What did you mean? Look. You didn't want to be found, and I mean, obviously, I tried to find you, but you were in the wind, and I'm like, well, okay, I'll just follow the wind then. And apparently, it led me right here, and now I'm here. We're talking.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
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 And it's going to be obvious that Elizabeth's mind is still racing and only partially hearing what he's talking about. And she's not even going to be able to look at him. And she's even doing the thing where her hands are kind of moving like she's having an internal conversation that he has no idea what's going on.
Right. He'll like wait for a moment as he like watches your hands for a little bit, just like, did I take your chair? I can sit on the bed.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
It's fine.
You look like you need to sit down. Should I open the window?
It's fine. Thank you, but it's fine. So, you're a bard?
Yeah. Rune's my, makes air quotes, protege. That's how they kind of put it, but they're studious, and they're honestly a lot more clever than they give themselves credit for.
How long have you been a bard?
I mean, 2, 6, 9 years?
So you were a bard that night, huh?
Yeah.
You were just
I've been a bard, yes.
you were just being nice.
Yeah. I mean, I was having a very delightful and good conversation with you. I wasn't like trying to lead you on with that, if that's what you're asking, but I mean, I'm not exactly going to, push for something that's unwanted.
Unwanted?
Yeah, you wanted to be left alone. You kind of made it sound like that's what you wanted. I mean, you wanted to be known, but you also wanted to be left alone.
I and she's gonna finally push away from the door and start pacing, still keeping away from him.
Yeah.
Kind of forgetting that he's there for a moment.
Fair.
For the first time that night, actually let my guard down for a guy, and he thought I wanted nothing to do with him, but then now he's here, and he thinks he was just being nice. Is a good thing? I don't even know what's going on anymore. He's a fucking bard. It meant nothing. It meant nothing.
It meant a lot, but please do go on. I don't mean to interrupt.
At that, Elizabeth will turn and look at him, almost with that look of, oh, you're still here?
Does a little finger wave, like, hi. Yes, I am still here.
It meant a lot?
Yeah. You were honest. Like, really honest about stuff that was really important to you. Don't seem the sort to do that very often, and I was honored.
Well, you were more than just a cute face that night, so.
Oh, good. I mean, good? Good. Good?
Good.
Good. Okay, good.
But you do realize bards back where the way my dad talked about them, it's hard for me to.
You mean from the small town farm where they don't exactly get a lot of people coming through, and so they're influenced by bard. Oh no, the reputation of don't talk to them, they'll just lead you to places, and oh no. Oh,
does it kind of make a little bit more sense why I'm having trouble here?
Only vaguely, because my mind doesn't work like that. My mind is going, I am being honest and all this, and then it's having to go, but you're seeing it like this.
Yeah. I saw it, or I see it, however you want to put it, that you were just, it was just talk to get something.
What did I get out of it?
Information?
To do what with?
I don't know. I didn't realize you were a bard that night.
I mean, yeah.
I just knew you were a monk, and that scared the shit out of me, because I know there's a price on my head, and I know that there's at least 1 or 2 families back home that want me alive so they can finish me off. So,
Yes, but also more complicated than that?
More complicated than that?
Yeah, they're looking for something, but they don't know what they're looking for. At least most of them don't.
Do you?
I mean, I tried to figure out, but the informants of those families were either tight-lipped or ignorant.
I mean, I didn't. And there'll be a moment where her eyes get a little big, like she realized what he's talking about. and then turn to look at him with the fakest smile on her face.
Like, kind of like pauses, stares at you, slowly squints their eyes, and then kind of just lets their eyes like go back to normal and just kind of exhales. Like, yeah, something about something that was got by some guy, some magical doodah.
It's magical. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, the person who
Oh,
created it was some kind of wizardly entity or some such. It might be magical. I don't know. Is it magical?
I don't know how magic works, so I don't know.
I mean, I only know magic works.
I know to punch things with fists and
Punch things with
hit
fists
things with
works.
swords.
Yes, stab with swords
Oh.
also works. It gets the job done. But yeah, I
I like that we both sighed at the same time.
me when punch.
Yes, Kendall, I will jump out the window. I just saw that, by the way.
Amazing.
I'm trying to be quiet so y'all can have your RP moment. Shh.
It's okay. It's okay. It's appreciated.
I'm just sitting here eating chips. This is great.
Free entertainment.
The awkwardness of this moment is perfect
Oh,
because I
yeah.
still think they've crossed lines on what they're talking.
They're wandering a map, but they're not wandering next to each other. They're on different parts of the map going, I think we're turning left here. Okay, they both turn left and are on different sides, look up and like, where are you at? I'm over here. Where are you at?
They're both in IKEA.
Oh no, not in IKEA.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Get back to the RP.
Yes.
Okay, so
It's worse. They're in Cleveland.
Oh no.
No.
Yes, anyway.
Okay, Elizabeth will. It's obvious she's kind of having an internal argument as she finally heads closer to Rune.
Mhm.
Not Rune, Maxim,
Yep.
the bard.
Wrong bard.
Wrong bard. As her hand goes into her side pouch and pulls out the locket.
Kind of like look at it. They don't like perk up. They kind of look at like, ooh, family heirloom.
This
Oh,
might be
wait.
what they're looking for.
Yeah, eyes widening up. Oh. Okay.
Took it off the guy who gave me, and she'll like motion to her covered shoulder by her cloak. I just
Ooh.
couldn't stand his fucking smirk when he had me pinned to the ground.
I mean, fair. Being fair, I heard, he got the raw end of the deal.
I didn't do that.
No, I didn't say you did. I just said he
Oh,
got
they-
the raw end of the deal.
See, here's the thing. They're saying I did it. So,
Yeah, I heard that part, and I was just like, that wasn't in your story. I feel like if, he pissed you off that much, you'd have said something.
that's not something you say on, getting to know you stage of things.
That's fair. You might have hid that from me. Might have been the, third drink?
I didn't drink that much.
I didn't say you drank that much. But so this is possibly it. This is the...
This is the thing they're looking for.
I expected it to look magicaler. Or some shit.
She'll kind of hold it out going, it's broken. So I don't know.
Wanna try and open? Have you tried to open it?
Every night.
Should we try now?
Sure.
Alright.
She'll go and sit on the bed and pull out her tinkering tools.
He will give you the help action, so make Tinker's Tools check dexterity with advantage.
Dexterity check with advantage. Okay. Roll. Did it go to you? Oh no. She's not going to get it, by the way. Because it was one of the worst I could have done.
Did you really roll a
A 7. Yes, she did.
That hurts.
And she'll just kind of, she'll just kind of get frustrated, put the locket on the bed next to her, going, "I just fought some demons and fell from 3 stories."
That is keep it in your pocket out of sight for now. Just
She'll realize she put it down and put it quickly back in her pouch.
he doesn't move towards it all. He just kind of sits back, like he gets off the chair and he like is on his haunches now, just like not seated, like Slav squatting almost. And just kind of interlocking his fingers under his chin, staring at where it was on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's supposed to be the thing Godai made?
That wait, what? And she'll just stare at him going, "Say that name again."
Kind of leans back slightly like, Godai.
Did I make this?
You know a person named Godai?
I know a very powerful wizard named Godai. And she'll hold up her hands, showing her bracers. He gave me these.
He kind of stares. Everyone's like, huh.
Realization's gonna cross her face. And kind of go, "That's what he meant about the magic thing in my pouch." Oh, god damn it.
Oh, you met him.
It's a long story. I don't know if you have the time.
Fair, but also I feel like this is one of the sort of things that like
Yeah, we have Bean to thank for him too.
Yep. Lovely Bean.
You gave Bean to Artemis.
Yeah, and then like she said, "I prefer you." So Serenity just kind of set Bean down.
Well, you gave it to Kendall or Artemis, and then Artemis put it back on your shoulder.
Bean is currently snuggled up at the foot of the bed. Don't worry, Bean is fine.
I remember our arc.
Bean hunts.
Bean guys.
But yeah, Elizabeth will just kind of finally meet Maxim's gaze, going, "See, I just thought it was like this locket that my dad's old adventuring party got."
Was he like an adventurer? Because I got the impression he was.
What he says is he was an adventurer. What he really was a fucking coward. So he didn't get one.
Huh. I'll look more into that.
His old group got these after they basically ran him out of town.
I'll look into that. He looks
At that, Elizabeth just kind of not even caring that Maxim's there anymore, and like kneeling next to her, and just kind of flops down on her back on the bed. There's so much to my dad that I don't know is truth. What I told you was what he told me.
That he was an adventurer.
Yep. The mighty swordsmith that he told me all about, the one who taught me how to sword fight. The one who thought he was going to die and decided to leave everybody else behind.
There are very powerful things that can cause that kind of fear. It's not common. And if he's adventuring to those kind of areas and he ran, I'm more concerned that his party judged him for it. If they knew the risks that they were going into, they understood the danger. Oh, then again, he ran away and left them to.
Yeah, he didn't
alone.
think that. Here's the thing: he told people in town that he was the only survivor.
And then they showed up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that kind of makes you look. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it.
Make a little more sense as to who I was back then.
I mean, it makes sense about him.
Oh, see, I had his last name, though. I'm the one that went into town. I was the easy target. So, this whole time while she's on her back, she's still very much gesturing with her arms, but they're just like up over her,
Right.
not even caring at this point.
Right.
It's a thing that basically threw me into the arms of the group that I used to work with. And the one who makes me question you was there, so.
All right. I mean, fair? I guess. I don't know.
We're not going to get into X talk today. We're good. And she'll sit up.
Fair. Changing the subject. Do you know what the person who stole the rune was after or doing or trying to do with it?
I was just I'm the one that found it up on the roof, and I wouldn't give it back to him, and he kicked me through the skylight, and then I was able to hide the box from him enough, but he got mad at me and threw me over the railing.
Fair.
So I never really had a chance to talk to him. Then again, I don't think he would actually talk to me because I kicked him in the nuts.
Ooh, kind of like winces and like covers himself like, I mean, deserved from you to him, but at the same time, understandable from him to you.
He wouldn't let me stand up.
Oh, well, I mean, that just puts you in the right place to kick.
You should have seen his face. He didn't think I'd do it.
He questioned, and basically he did what? Did he fucking invite it?
I asked politely, "Can I get up?" He said no. It was kind of hard to hide the fact that I was going to kick him in the nuts. But he just stood there and let me. So
the balls on that man and the balls that got kicked into his throat from the sound of it. Oh.
I mean, it happens, I guess. So
I mean, yeah, but you're not supposed to let that happen.
he just stood there.
Oh, that's great. I wonder, as he's saying this, you guys hear not on the door.
Uh-huh.
It's like a reverberating knock sound that just seems to reverberate like through the walls.
All of us or just them?
All of it. Everyone hears this, except for
Okay,
Aurelius, who's outside.
Elizabeth gets up and quickly unlocks and goes outside the room.
You two, Serenity and Artemis, I'll say roll a perception check at disadvantage because you guys are currently taking a nap.
At this point, Elizabeth just thinks Maxim's gonna follow. So
no, he-
Can't just
Yeah.
have Bean wake me the fuck up.
Roll the perception checks first to see if you need to be woken up.
I'm fine.
The awakening.
Hey, look at that!
Kendall is awake.
I'm a light sleeper. It looks like I notice, but I don't get up because Serenity is on top of me.
Do you wake Serenity up?
He did not lay on top of you.
That's what
Listen,
Kendall wanted.
Artemis asked Serenity to lay on top of her because she likes the pressure.
No, alright, fine. Fair enough.
It's comforting. And she just starts pushing at her shoulder. There was a knock. Get up.
Pressure.
Get up.
Fine.
Please?
I'm up.
There's a little, she gives her a little kiss on the cheek as a bribe.
You're an asshole.
Oh, you're cool. She fucking sits up. I'll head to the door. I'll peek out.
So you all like each of you like poking your heads out, looking around. Will catch the. I'll say Elizabeth, you'll be the one to catch the flicker of movement. The others will see Elizabeth, also looking out. You catch the flicker of someone entering one of the rooms.
Okay.
Is the
Elizabeth-
door open?
The door's slightly
Elizabeth
open.
isn't gonna even care at this point at trying to be sneaky. She's just gonna head right to the door she saw movement at.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll follow Elizabeth, because Elizabeth doesn't move without purpose.
Maximus just walking behind, thumbs hooked into their belt, look at you, and they give you a friendly little wave.
Artemis
It's like
just
a...
watches from the doorway.
Mhm.
Did she notice anything with her 25?
With the 25, I will give you this as well. You heard a little. Okay, that's a little louder than I thought, but just go.
Can you repeat that?
Okay, that was a
There
little
weren't
louder.
words.
Okay, that was a little louder than I thought. Okay, just go.
Oh, okay.
And she's gonna notice Elizabeth and Serenity going for it. She's just like, not worried.
Mm-hmm.
You know the thing. You know the thing you do when okay, so wait, let me correct myself. If you have long enough hair, you know the thing you do where you put your hand in it and you kind of shake your hand around to try and wake yourself up while also enjoying the stimulation. Yeah, that's kind of what Serenity's doing, and you can hear her muttering in a language no one speaks.
Okay. Yeah, Elizabeth will stop at the door and not too quickly, but with her boot, push the door open.
Yeah. You kick it open, and as you kick it open, there's a faint. And you hear a. You peek your head in to look inside, as you see Vilena.
Goblin?
The goblin, yeah. Looks to be trying to rummage around through things. The room, as it looks to be just one of the other guest rooms, but it has a number of different books and a satchel hanging off of the end of the bed, a small trunk that looks to be what she was trying to get into. As she looks to you all with this very caught in the act look as she holds up her hands as she sees Maxim peek their head in and just be like, "Oh boy, crime! I have reason to enter the premises," and just walks in and looks around like, "All right, now we can do investigating." And at first before was, "What the fuck?" And she kind of scrunches in on herself and just kind of mutters and speaks under her breath, and Maxim just nods a little more. And then it says, "I'm sorry, you're speaking into your hands? I heard none of that." And she kind of looks to the rest of you. She's like, I asked him who the person was you all had yelled at, who was up on the balcony, who pushed, looks to Elizabeth and motions to her. They said this was his room, so I thought if he was the one who did all this, maybe... Max was like, you were here looking for clues as to why he was doing that. She just kind of nods, very, again, caught in the act, I've been caught with my hand in the cookie jar.
Serenity will nudge Elizabeth. You have very questionable taste in men. And she walks into the room.
Elizabeth will just roll her eyes, and it's kind of, her arms are crossed, and she's just leaning against the door frame so nobody can exit.
You cannot talk, Serenity. Your girlfriend is dumpster diving.
So here's the thing. I don't deny that I'm with you.
We're still in the... Maxim and Elizabeth are still in the talking phase. Don't even try.
It's how it starts. It's how it always starts.
But yeah, Elizabeth is kind of leaning against the door frame, using her body to basically make it that nobody can exit or enter without her knowing.
You may not pass.
Fair.
Thou shalt not arrive.
And Artemis is going to come out a little more and just gesture for Villain to come over. Are you alright? Did they
She's
scare
blocked in
you?
the room.
Oh, okay,
she-
great. She's gonna go over to Elizabeth and kind of nudge her to the side, like just patting her shoulder. Hey,
Go ahead. And she'll let her through before blocking the door again.
I don't know why, but I just imagined like the way that she's doing it is like using both hands, like very, like slightly, but still irritating enough. Pat, 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 pat.
And
little pats with both hands on one of her shoulders.
And Elizabeth is so like still on edge about everything that there's a full on go ahead and just kind of let her through before leaning against the door frame, her arms crossed again.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Shouldn't you be in bed?
I would like y'all to know that Artemis is not covered. Her
Darling,
face is revealed right now. She's wearing clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just looks very sleep tasseled because she just got out of bed and she just looks like a little groggy. She's gonna look over at Villain and like, you alright? You look scared.
She kind of was caught breaking and entering.
So?
Kind of like pauses, looks over towards Maxim, who's just like, ooh, stuff, and going through a few of the different stuff, like pulling a thing up, like, is this important? Looking through
Are
it.
you sure you're
No.
law enforcement?
I'm sorry, Maxim just gives big ADHD vibes.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. She just very quietly asked, "Are you sure you're law enforcement?" She's just watching him go through something like a little fucking chipmunk.
Can I do a perception check on the room?
Yeah. You can do an investigation check if you'd prefer.
Okay.
Up to you.
Oh, I see the trash goblin looking around. Can I offer assistance?
Yeah. You can, to Maxim or to Artemis.
Artemis, that ain't my man. I ain't got to assist him.
Yeah, fair.
Does that mean I'm getting advantage?
Yes.
Why am I opening Aurelius's character sheet?
Stop opening Aurelius's character sheet. There's nothing on it.
So I guess I am now Serenity.
It's fun, right? I've gotten to be Serenity a few times.
That'll be a 23.
All right. Before we get into that, you did ask a question to her, and Vilena is going to respond. She'll be like, well, I mean, and kind of, again, glance towards Maxim and just glance back and just be like, I mean, I was expecting something a little bit more. I thought I'd be faster or something, that, you are all keeping him occupied, and that, I didn't expect him to just walk in and join me. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have bothered, being...
Artemis is going to reach over and pat her shoulder. Next time you need a distraction, make sure to tell us. Then we'll be able to keep him longer.
I don't know you all that well.
Are you offering to
That's
make
fine.
me an accessory to crime? She's
Yes.
looking at Artemis.
Yes.
You've been an accessory to crime already. Don't act like you haven't.
Serenity, look at our group. And Elizabeth kind of motions to everybody. This is nothing new.
Not to stand out.
Yes! Look at you!
And I have a cop that I know. It's fine.
Artemis is just going to give Elizabeth a look. Is like, we're going to talk about this later.
She'll hold up her hands.
Maxim leans, perks up and looks over their shoulder, just like, yeah. And when someone's breaking and entering, I have the right to enter the premises under suspicious activity. I'm looking for suspicious activity. Have you found suspicious activity yet? I'm still looking. It just keeps going through some of the books.
All right. Can I get the results of my investigation?
Looking through, you see the roll me a thieves' tools dexterity check for the chest that Vilena was trying to open.
Do I have thieves' tools?
You are an
Yes, I
artificer, so you should. Yes.
Serenity's pouting. She's just been insulted.
You are an accessory to crime.
No, it's like, look at you. She's like blonde and 5'8". She's not that big.
Listen, Artemis thinks Serenity is very pretty and she stands out a lot, but then she's not saying it in a very nice way. That'll be a 13.
With a 13, it is going to take a bit of extra time. I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to roll again, but it effectively just takes you a couple extra minutes to get it open. And if you are worried about, someone coming up and such, it might be a little bit more, but it's more just like you keep getting distracted as you hear like, ooh, Oh no, no, not this. This is just
The
a book.
more-
What?
The
What?
more Maxim is like that, the more Elizabeth is like pinching the bridge of her nose, just kind of whispering to
The
herself.
whole time.
Artemis
she's
is just glancing
staring
over at him because the whole attitude and the way he goes about it is disturbingly familiar.
Yeah! I was like looking at a mirror, ain't it? Bro, Serenity's just staring at Elizabeth, just like, bro.
No.
If Elizabeth catches Serenity's gaze, she'll just shrug her shoulders a bit and look away.
This ain't my
Like the
problem.
you, it's like the
All
you
right.
like Krabby Patties meme.
You like Krabby Patties? Good word.
So this is your type.
It's the complete opposite of what she thought her type was.
But with you opening the trunk, you see that there's a few different parts and parcels in there, different items and the like. Looking them over, you see there's a cracked silver mirror, a book that looks to be made of a very dark, very travel worn, got a lot of curls and pinches to it, like someone's been opening and closing it a lot. A few extra sets of clothes, as well as as you kind of moving through to see if there's anything else, your hand kind of brushes against something underneath some of the clothes, and as you pull it over, you see that it appears to be a mask. The mask appears to be of some kind of animal, some kind of you'd say almost like a goat-like creature, like the skull of it, but made to fit a person's face.
Would I know what that represents?
Roll a religion check.
9.
I want to say no.
Okay.
It
she's
he
gonna-
has a mask.
Cringe in it.
She's gonna grab the book
Okay.
with a little huh. And it's definitely loud enough for Maxim to hear her.
Maximum peeks over the shoulders, just stares at it for a moment, looks at you, looks back to it, looks back to you. It's just find something?
Yeah, I think so. She's gonna flip the book open.
Okay. You open it, and it's effectively incomprehensible gibberish. I'd say just with your intelligence modifier alone, and not modifier, intelligence score, you'd be able to piece together that this must be written in a form of cipher.
How long do you think it would I know how long it would take to decipher it, or what might be able to help me cipher it?
1 second here. There's a specific way to calculate this. Got it. I'd say, based off you flip through it, it's reasonably thick, probably a good couple dozen pages long of just writing. To decipher the entire thing could take upwards of a few days, giving yourself time for food and breaks and such. To decipher it, it would depend. Would you like to see if you can get an idea by rolling an intelligence check?
Yes. 15.
All right. With a 15, you're looking it over, and as you do so, your eyes kind of, when you not disassociate, but when you phase out of thinking to think about something, and you focus on something just beyond what you're actually looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You start doing that, and your eyes kind of gloss over and kind of twitch towards the mask. And they snap back to the page, back to the mask, back to the page, and you start mentally going through the first like bit, and you realize 1, 2, 3, 4 space 1, 2, 3, 4 space 1, 2, 3, 4 space goat. The cipher is they're using the number of letters from goat, G-O-A-T, and then leaving one word or space blank. Okay, you've got an idea. It's not going to give you spacing correctly, but every fifth letter is completely superfluous. You just have to figure it out to read it.
So she's gonna grab the mask
Mhm.
and hold up the book and look at Maxim.
Yep.
Wait, who are you?
Technically, these are yours. May I borrow them?
As I was assigned to look into the missing rune and the things of that nature, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Thank you.
What was your question, Paris?
What did I miss?
So you missed that big brain Artemis found the book, opened it, realized it was in a cipher, rolled the exact number of the DC to start trying to figure out what the cipher was, which she realized was the word, or rather the number of letters, or numbers for the letters of goat. So G-O-A-T for those numbers, and then the fifth letter and whatever is being written on this is superfluous and has to be effectively skipped. A rather simple cipher, but it also means that all the letters are meant to run together to make it so that unless you know where to mark to complete a word, it can be a challenge.
Yeah. Will I be able to know what language it's supposed to be in? Or do I already know the alphabet that it's using?
It's written in a form of Dwarvish.
Okay, yeah, then I got this. She's gonna take them both and just start heading downstairs. Then she's gonna stop, pause, put a hand to her mouth, and she's like, "Oh," and then go back to her room, come back with her scarf on, and then go back downstairs.
Suri will put her hand to Artemis's like not her chest. I'm about to grope her titty, but to her
Do it
collarbone, basically above the chest. Darling, you're disappearing without saying a word again.
Oh, I'm just going to go work on this and have breakfast.
You had breakfast, didn't you?
All right, lunch. Food.
Yeah,
Food. I
food.
would like food. We
What
fought.
is it,
We had a nap.
sweetheart?
Food is nice. She just makes a gesture at the book and just like gives it. Just looks up at Sir and he's like, "It's a puzzle."
You know you're not
Okay,
going to win this.
You're in that mindset. She moves out the way.
Elizabeth doesn't even block the door when Artemis walks by.
She very quickly put a kiss to Artemis's forehead before she moves.
And
Ow.
Artemis will just give a happy little hum at the little forehead kiss before going to downstairs to eat the puzzle.
Vilena scurries after you, eager to see where this goes as well.
Have fun.
After a moment of you like looking past, down the hall as she leaves, whatnot, making sure she doesn't
Walk right into a fucking wall.
Effectively, yeah. You hear Maxim go, "Aw, you're so sweet."
Huh?
You.
She looks at Maxim. You mean me, or and she
You and
gestures to
her.
Remy.
It's nice.
For once, Serena looks mildly embarrassed and just kind of gives this like one-shouldered shrug. Thank you. I am going to go take a walk because at this point I am useless in this endeavor.
I mean, you can hold her hand or something. I'm sure she'd like that.
this couple talk and everything, Elizabeth has moved away from the door and walked away.
Oh no, you don't. She grabs Elizabeth.
No. She was at the door. You were talking to. Oh well.
Bro,
Did you go down? Try and go downstairs, or
No, she's just leaving the room.
fair? Do you try? Do you actually?
Do you
grab her?
actually try to stop me?
Get back here. You actively hear her go, get back here, in the most, like, I'm going to fucking bully you voice.
Elizabeth won't put up a fight, but you know that, like, slumped shoulders, like, defeated look? She's back into the room by her cloak.
You have very interesting friends.
I need to ask for your permission for something, Elizabeth.
Okay, ask away.
She will move, so Elizabeth is, like, actively looking at Maxim. Since this is your friend, and she very obviously air quotes this.
As you're saying this, Maxim is like pulling back the covers, like, "Ha! Oh, he made the bed. Rude."
Elizabeth is she's like covering her, has her hand to her forehead, like covering her eyes a little bit, going, yeah, he is.
It is only right that I ask your permission for me to try and ask him to spar, because I don't want to leave any bruises on your favorite places.
Elizabeth's eyes will get huge, going, we are just friends. You can do whatever you want. And she's gonna run from the room.
Elizabeth, I would like to point out that me and Artemis started as friends.
That she's already.
We only
she's
have
gone.
no. She'll come back and go, we just had drinks, and leave.
Maxim like slowly glances over their shoulder, looks to her, looks back to or where she went, and that looks back to you, looks back to where she went, looks back to you, just like, I feel like I missed a really important conversation.
Oh, not that important. She just kind of waves her hand.
Oh, okay.
Once you're done, can I ask you a favor?
Depends.
I want to fight you.
Oh, you sure?
I wouldn't ask if I wasn't. Granted, I might lose, but...
I mean, I'm not against you sparring with me, but, are you sure?
Something tells me that you think that I can't handle you, or something tells me that you're worried you might hurt me more than you need to.
Maybe.
Maybe to which?
Yes.
Excellent. She fucking heads to the door. Come on.
Oh, she's gonna get so hurt. Okay. Alright.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, she's gonna get so hurt. Okay.
Are you guys heading downstairs? Because
Yep.
Elizabeth will actually, even though she ran away, will kind of follow.
Oh, you say that as you guys like are walking out. Maxim's like, "All right, I will. I guess I'll see you." And like, just like grabs the banister and just kind of yeets himself down. Just jumps down. Just like looks up. Are you coming? Oh, please take the stairs.
How high of a fall is this again?
It's a 3-story fall.
Yeah.
We're at the top floor?
Yeah.
And that's the fall that Elizabeth took.
Yeah.
Why are we at the top floor of the
Because
tavern?
that's where the rooms were for your specific rooms.
Where? Jeez. Who the fuck owns this tavern? They're making fucking bank. I'm walking down the stairs.
him.
Rahim.
Yeah, Paris, you never asked what level Maxim was.
Yeah, you never asked.
I know he's probably at bare minimum level 15. I'm about to get my ass beat, but it's gonna be fun for her.
At the bottom, Elizabeth will have noticed that Maxim somehow got to the bottom before she did.
Oh,
He jumped.
what took you so long?
You just hear Serenity as she walks past Elizabeth. Just go. He jumped.
And she'll just kind of go, "What are you guys? Wait, are you actually going to spar now?"
Oh.
She was
And
insistent.
And a slightly out of character voice for Elizabeth just kind of go, "Can I watch?"
Yeah.
Oh, please do.
Oh, great, cool, awesome.
Don't worry, I'm not an exhibitionist. You just seem like a voyeur. And she heads out the door.
Serenity! Oh my god!
Artemis will look up when she sees them going, and she knows. She sees how Serenity's walking right now. She's like, "Have fun."
Yes,
Wait,
Aurelius,
actually,
you would be done by now.
I would be done.
Alright.
No,
Aurelius.
Aurelius.
Oh.
You are not done. You are not done
I
at
am
all.
definitely not done.
Yeah.
Serenity will move to Artemis and kind of like tap her shoulder so she gets her attention.
Hmm?
She will give her a quick kiss. Well, good luck. Have fun, darling. And she'll head out the tavern.
Have fun
Elizabeth's
fighting
eyes,
your path.
Elizabeth's eyes are on the ground, trying to hide the fact that she is beet red at the moment. as she tries to hurry past Artemis so she can't be seen in her
It's-
embarrassed state.
It's
Listen,
so
Artemis did not
great.
notice. She
Okay,
is
good.
she is looking and focusing on the book, and Vilena is helping.
Yes.
She has a
yeah.
mission. She's carrying it out. Nothing else matters.
At this point, to cover it, Elizabeth will pull her hood up like it's so casual for her to do, just
Yeah.
can't be seen.
Yep. So as you guys are exiting, Aurelius, you are finishing. I will also let you know, Aurelius, as you finished up and whatnot, you do overhear the druids talking a little bit, discussing how strange it was that the demons suddenly just appeared, and how they were grateful that they were able to get a little bit of assistance from the stranger who had come in, though they were fairly certain that they would eventually have managed to either get the demons towards the cliff and just shove them off or something, but the help was appreciated.
Yeah, he's not gonna draw attention to himself or like be like, "Oh, that's me," or anything like that.
Oh no,
right?
they were you were inside. They're talking about
They're
the
talking
seven
about
demons.
Maxim.
Yeah, the
Oh.
the dead
the
demons
other
outside.
guy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the other guy. Yeah.
Yeah, brain shut down.
Yeah, they will actually like approach you and thank you for standing vigil while they were doing that. More demons popping up would have been frustrating.
Yeah. Aurelius doesn't even like Aurelius is very much an individual who doesn't like think much of compliments towards him. So he just like acknowledges and accepts it, and then and just like continues as if nothing happened.
Acknowledges, accepts, then dismisses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair.
So Aurelius being Aurelius at this point, then he doesn't have anything to heal him, but that's fine. He's got above half HP. He'll be fine. So he's just going to like, I guess, practice with his sword and like on the side of the woods while everyone else is doing their other shit. Just like
you will see that Serenity and Maxim come out, and Serenity looks to be like, I would imagine, like the sparring, like bouncing on her feet, sort of thing.
okay.
Rolling her shoulders and kind of popping her neck.
Yeah.
All right. Aurelius in this case is like he pulls his greatsword and goes to start practicing, but as he sees this, he stops, flips his sword, so he can lean on it while he's watching.
Fair.
Okay.
Elizabeth will kind of walk over to him and kind of, so you want to put money on it?
No.
Okay. And she'll just kind of, her hood is still very much covering her face.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Aurelius,
she does not want Aurelius to see, even if he wouldn't notice, that she is still bright red.
Aurelius is just looking her up and down, and he says, "You know why I'm not betting with you, right?"
Because I know he'll win.
Yeah, well, not just that. I mean, look at you. You could take all my money in a second if you wanted to.
But I haven't. That's the thing.
But you could.
But
To be
see,
fair, I'm pretty sure anyone in this group could take your money in a second, my man.
But see, I haven't, and that's a true test of friendship in my eyes, so you can keep your money.
I love her so much.
You don't you can't see it because of the like hood and helm and everything, but you get the sense that Aurelius narrows his eyes at that, and he seems to actively take a step away and leans further onto his sword.
Aurelius, do you not know what a joke is?
Define a joke, he says sarcastically.
Enough said, and she's gonna turn her attention back to the other two.
Also,
I'll tell you what's a joke, and he points towards this spot.
Two things, Don.
yes.
One, Serenity's gonna like stop and look at Maxim is his name, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she like kind of has like one arm crossed in her chest and the other one like resting on it, and she kind of like she has her chin in her fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a proposition. Why don't we try a type of fight that will last a little bit longer, even with your expertise? There's this thing called wrestling that some of my friends have introduced me to that can both be used if you are dexterous or if you are strong. That way neither of us gets hurt, and I stand a better chance as opposed to just you probably hitting me in about, what, with how you monks are, 6 or 7 hits in a few seconds?
Oh no, I was going to be flicking you.
My point stands.
Aurelius leans over to Elizabeth. It's true, wrestling is a thing. It's awesome.
Elizabeth will just look up at him, kind of going, duh, and just look back.
I fucking love these two.
The fucking peanut gallery over here.
Really do. So?
The last two brain cells of the group.
No, they're
Artemis
inside
has
the
the rest,
tavern.
Serenity has none.
The brain cell is inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the brain cells are in the tavern.
Yeah, they're in the tavern.
This is it. This is it. Y'all got one each. Artemis got the rest. Serenity currently has none.
Because you're gonna fight a bard monk.
Let's fucking count.
Gonna fight the bonk.
Prepare to be bonked.
So, do you accept or should we just get ready?
And how do we go about this?
Well, the first one who can pin the other and keep them down is the winner. We can have one of them do a count. I'm sure they're watching us. And she looks over at Aurelius and Elizabeth, like, dead in the fucking eye.
Aurelius looks back, dead in the fucking eye.
Elizabeth avoids eye contact.
Good, that's the one I wanted.
More tellingly, Aurelius seems excited. Like his hands are kind of like tapping across the top of his hilt.
He's doing like the dog golden retriever, like tap 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 tap, tap of excitement at just human eyes.
Happy taps.
Happy taps from Aurelius.
Hey, when one of us gets down on the ground, I'm going to need you to count to 6. If they stay down, they're the loser.
Elizabeth just holds a thumb up.
I don't think you'll be paying too much attention to notice.
What makes you think I'm not gonna watch the fight?
I don't think
I
she
know
can
you'll be-
count to 6.
Excuse me. She'll actually, even though it's not gonna do anything, she like whacks his arm with her hand.
Clang.
Yeah, and she'll kind of like shake her hand for a second, going, "I forgot about the metal armor." Ow!
Max looks at you just like, how?
I was more saying that she would be distracted, but please, by all means.
She'll just kind of look back at Serenity and just like point a finger, but not say anything.
I think that one's the broken one.
Ah. All right.
Aurelius just flicks Elizabeth's foot.
Are these two gonna do like that slap hand fight soon?
Please, God, yes! Wait, Aurelius is an unfair advantage. He's got armor.
So Elizabeth is stupid enough to still do it.
Doesn't mean that that's a smart idea. That just means that...
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Do you accept?
They get into like a ready stance, like a martial arts, open palm, ready stance, just like when they say go.
Aurelius walks between them.
Hold on. There's one more thing that I have to do.
Uh-huh.
And this is gonna kill Kindle and Aurelius. This is gonna kill Kindle and Zark. I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
So, y'all see, like, Serenity reach up to the latch that keeps her dress up? And obviously it looks like she's about to undress, but, like, once it unlatches and the dress actually falls, you can see she has, like, this training bra and just... You see where all the muscles on her body actually are. Like, the arms are kind of strong, but the fucking core and the back are fucking jacked.
Love it that you do this when Artemis isn't here to appreciate it.
Oh, she'll come in like this, don't worry.
Insight.
What? For
For
what?
what?
Why?
Just inside Aurelius. Trust me.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
My dog just licked my armpit. Fuck off.
Okay.
I'm too distracted. It's only Paris.
Smell.
So, despite the fact that Aurelius's demeanor is really stoic and calm and not showing any emotion, you get the kind of sense from how he's kind of looking you up and down that he hasn't seen he's appreciating the physical warrior aspect of it, but there's another part of him that he's unaware of that's hot.
He is completely unaware of his horny.
He's like, damn. All right, whatever. He holds his great sword sort of between them as if when he lifts up the blade, that's when, yeah, kind of shit.
Yep.
But before he does, he looks to both of them. Weapons.
Oh, no,
Yes.
just a wrestle match.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying... I'm not expecting weapons.
No, I'm saying hand them over.
Oh. Shrugs,
Don't hand over a great sword.
takes off the rope belt and kind of tosses their dagger over. And just like... Alrighty then.
Aurelius is appreciating craftsmanship of all the things that he's seen. And once that happens, he holds the greatsword between them.
Mm-hmm.
He looks to the both of them back and forth to make sure they're ready.
Yep.
And after a solid 10 seconds, because he's trying to keep them on their guard without telling him when he's going to do it.
Right.
He lifts the greatsword and walks back next to Elizabeth. Let's go.
I'm fucking raging. Fuck that. I'm not about to fucking give this man another advantage.
I never said that you took a long rest. You took a nap.
Ah!
Yeah, which also means that your exhaustion is still there.
Damn it!
I never said you took a long rest.
I'm so angry.
You should have asked.
You said I take a nap, and I'm like, okay, this
Not even short rest.
This is horrible.
At
Alright,
most,
fine.
it was a short rest. Yeah, so you're out of rages still.
Alright.
Yeah, but Paris would like to rage.
Paris would like to rage.
I'm definitely raging now.
I love you.
No, you don't. Let's go.
All right, go ahead and roll athletics.
Boogity. Oh, that hurts. This is gonna hurt a lot.
Yep. He's slippery. Like you get your hands on him, and then just whoop, right through your arms, and just kind of pops back up. Make an insight check. All right, time to keep this wrestling going.
I'll make my insight check as well.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Can Elizabeth try?
Yeah, sure.
If my page will load, this will be great.
Yep.
Aurelius's insight be like, there is a fight. They are fighting.
Nope, she's distracted.
I wonder why.
You're just watching him be a slippery bitch.
with a small grin on her face underneath her hood.
He is going to attempt to grapple you this time. No.
I feel like Aurelius is one of those people who watches like people fight and knows what they're doing, but doesn't have the training to know how to do it.
Fair.
You know, so he's just sitting there and he's like, oh, that actually, yeah, you know, he's like...
Yeah, you see him like move in to grab her, and like modifiers alone, you're able to prevent him. I'm not even going to make you roll to contest that. Your turn to try and grab him. Ooh. Nope.
You little snake!
Is Aurelius still making those excited noises next to Elizabeth?
Ooh. With that, though... Ooh. Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Even or odd?
Even.
Or Elizabeth. Aurelius is doing the Deku thing. He's sitting there and he's like analyzing what
muttering
they're
under his
doing and
breath.
yeah.
While watching them keep moving out of each other's grip, Elizabeth will just slowly turn her head and look down at Aurelius like, seriously, dude?
You're looking down at him?
You said sitting there.
Well, he's leaning on his sword.
Oh, okay, you
was...
said sitting there,
No,
so I was going off
Elizabeth
that.
Jane, 2 feet, it's fine.
Okay, then she looks up at Aurelius, just like, seriously?
As this continues on, it's not like it's a push and pull, but also like very much she'll get her arms like partly around him, and you'll see him just like drop down very quickly and just get out. This goes on for like I'd say about a good minute or so, like very much like a clash, and then give a moment of like, you know, sizing each other up, clash, and again there's several moments where like she like gets a almost grip and then just pulls right through. At one point you get your arm around him and like try and grab his head. As you do, you kind of get a hold of something. You're like, got it, and then you feel him slip out, but you still got the hold of the other thing, and you're like, dang it. You kind of look at your hand and you see
Please tell me it's a shirt.
no, it's the bandana.
Oh,
And
Ooh.
they slip out and they look up and quickly slap their hands to their ears, and they're like, I'd like that back, please.
Since Elizabeth has obviously been watching him more than Serenity.
Make a perception check with advantage.
With advantage, okay.
Aurelius, you as well.
With advantage or just
with advantage? Because you were watching the fight intensely.
No, she is so distracted she saw nothing. What are with my rolls tonight?
he's horny!
Hey, wasn't
This
Elizabeth
is-
supposed to roll with advantage?
She did.
That was with
Oh.
If
advantage.
you hover over it, she rolled an
okay.
7 and an 8.
Oh,
I am so happy that was with advantage.
Because the other one was a natural 1.
Yeah.
Aurelius, I'm going to whisper this to you.
I want to ask if I can roll, but that would still be with disadvantage, and God help me.
I'm getting some ASMR action from Comp.
excellent.
All the whispery whispers.
Whisper, whisper.
A woomboa, a woomboa.
Away, 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 away.
I don't know why that immediately got into my head. I just
We all have one brain cell tonight.
I've sent it to you. This is what you see.
My damn.
Your DMs.
you dibs.
I can't take you guys anywhere.
No,
You expected to take us places?
you were taking them places.
That was the goal, but now I don't know.
But what if
right.
we Uno reverse and we take you places? Then you're stuck
Come to-
with us.
You
Yeah,
have to come to California.
Damn,
Haha.
damn you.
All right.
You Uno reverse pack out.
So,
Yep.
so seeing this happen,
Mhm.
Aurelius is going to.
Mhm.
He's leaving his sword like it. I kind of want to say for the sake of flavor, it's about the size of Elizabeth. He just
Probably.
leaves it there,
Probably.
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
and he walks between the two, and he's just basically trying to get the bandana back to the boy.
Bro, by the time she, like, all of y'all realized what was up, she was already walking back to him with the bandana, so, like, you ain't gotta do nothing.
All right.
It's a matter of them looking at it and realizing that they have 2 ears and their hands are over both ears and they have no hands with which to grab the bandana.
She'll move behind him and kind of, like, offer to wrap it if he lets her. I can even do it with my eyes closed if you prefer.
You see him exhale, kind of glance towards Elizabeth and Aurelius, and Aurelius is like kind of stepping up and they kind of shift back and like, just over my hands, I'll fix it from there.
She'll put it over his hands.
Right.
Though I'm not sure what exactly you have to hide.
Elizabeth's head is tilted when he looks over at her like she's trying to figure out what's going on.
After you
Aurelius says nothing.
Yep. After you finish tying it, they kind of wiggle their hands out and they quickly start fixing it back up. And they're like, all right, technically the match is not ended, but they're quickly trying to, fix it up, finish that.
You like pat his shoulder. Don't worry, I'm on pause. Though again, I don't know what you have to hide. You saw a lot of what I have to offer in the fight, so she just shrugs.
Oh, it's less a matter of hiding and more a matter of troubles elsewhere and such that I don't need to involve you with. You're already involved in enough.
Oh, you have no idea.
I have.
Tell me when you're ready.
All right, let's go.
What? Hold on.
Let's go.
We're having a discussion after this. She'll try and grab him.
Yep. He actually, he said, let's go, and tries to grab you, and you can just kind of break the grab, and I imagine you go to grab him again.
Ah! Damn it.
He, again, wiggly little whoop.
Slug.
It's the most hilarious thing, because every time I have rolled for him to try and grab you, he has rolled the number 2. But every time you have rolled to grab him, he is like, I will roll above double digits.
Back. Bruh, after about, I want to say 5-10 minutes, when, obviously one of us is starting to get tired, I don't know who is, she's just going to be like, okay, we're evenly matched.
I mean, in this
and
respect,
I feel exhausted.
Stretches. You hear, as they stretch, you hear the little pop of their back, just like,
oh, that sounded nice.
It really is. It's really nice.
Aurelius just kind of standing there, he wants to, but he knows his armor is a massive,
Yeah, it just wants to stretch.
And he's unwilling. Yeah, he's unwilling to take that off. So he just kind of walks over and he looks at them too, and it's like, that was the most entertaining game of cat and mouse I've ever seen.
He would not stop making noises of oohs and ahs. Elizabeth says as she comes back over to the group.
Gritty is fucking gritty.
I quite enjoyed it. I imagine after some point one of us would have pinned the other, but honestly, she's better on the defense than she's been on the offense, which might just be because she's tired. Honestly, I think if she wasn't, she might have overpowered me. At least in this game.
Yeah.
But I'm not tired. I have to see who would win.
Well, she can pick me up, and he gestures to his entire...
That's what you get for flicking her on the forehead, though, Aurelius.
I flicked you on the forehead.
I can't pick you up.
Not with that attitude.
Aurelius picks her up.
Put me down. Put me down. Put me down.
Serenity moves up to both of them. She looks at Maxim while they're doing that, puts a finger to her lips, walks up to both, and lifts both of them, with Aurelius lifting Elizabeth.
At that, Elizabeth stopped kicking and it's like, I am not here to be putting on a show. Can somebody please put me back on solid ground?
Aurelius says, "Now where's Artemis?"
I'll go inside. I'll talk to her.
Oh, Oh no, you will not.
No,
Serenity
I'm not
sets-
allowed.
Serenity sets Aurelius down.
I'm not
No,
allowed.
because you and I need to have a discussion, because you just said something to me a few minutes ago that has piqued my interest, and I'm not going to stop being persistent until I get an answer.
Okay,
Is
but
Elizabeth on the ground right
Yes.
now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Aurelius has put
Okay.
Elizabeth back down.
Elizabeth will go over to Maxim,
Yeah.
still kind of keeping distance, going, "It's a thing. You get used to it," and just kind of walks away.
oh yeah, no, says, like nods, goes fair, and then kind of like looks past you for a moment, just like, what's that?
Focus.
No, what's that?
What's
I'm
what?
not falling for it.
Aurelius is. Aurelius is falling.
Aurelius turns around, and Maxim just backpedals very quickly.
She fucking goes after him. Get
You go
back
at-
here!
you
He's
go- He's very.
You're gonna
fast.
run after him?
You just want to just.
Does
Backwards
he,
to the end.
does he run past Elizabeth through
Yes.
this?
Backwards.
Elizabeth will just kind of just like throw her hands up, going, "I can't with this man. Oh my god!"
Again, backwards does a little finger wave.
She fucking
And
runs after him.
Elizabeth will actually stumble over her feet if he finger waves at her.
Oh, absolutely.
Then yeah, she'll stumble and try to like make it look like there's something on the ground, that really awkward, like there's something here I tripped over, and
Stupid rock.
then
Fucking Serenity runs past. You're bad at lying. Fucking goes in after.
you're still trying.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Artemis watches them stumble into the tavern.
Maxim comes in just like, who wants to hear some music?
You absolute. She fucking tries to grab him.
Just ducks underneath and just goes over, just like, Rune, give me a melody. And Rune's just like stumbles over their instrument as they were like playing like a more like soft tune, like very clearly meant to be like, again, that I'm not trying to draw attention. I'm very, and now you're realizing they're very like not tense, but like they're very like, trying to keep to themselves. As soon as, Maxim comes in and shouts that, there's like, again, that jump and fumbling, and then they like seem to shift, almost like have like more like presenting themselves, like more confident sort of air, and then they start playing a little bit more like a lively, more upbeat tune. As Maxim moves up next to them, pulls up another chair, pulls out a horn, and starts to play like this, like very kind of like they've got a almost like a bowl. For anyone who has played a brass instrument, it's effectively like a jazz muffler to kind of change the tone and pitch, and starts playing like this very like kind of like this smooth jazz rhythm almost.
Serenity moves up beside Artemis, not really fully acknowledging how she looks right now, and just has her arms crossed while looking at him, just like fucking sneaky little.
Artemis has not looked at Serenity at all. She is just focused on the journal, just kind of muttering to herself as she's working on deciphering it.
Elizabeth just finds a seat away from Artemis and everything. Her hood is still up, even though she's inside, trying so hard. She has not stopped blushing this entire time.
Aurelius walks in, his hood also up, and sits next to her. You alright?
It's a thing.
There's a lot of things. You're gonna have to be more specific.
Maxim and I have history.
Doesn't everyone?
It's a different kind of What do you mean?
Everyone has history.
No,
Everyone
he and I.
comes from a place, goes to a place.
Oh my god,
meets
Aurelius.
Aurelius!
No, I mean that Maxim and I know each other.
people. I know you.
R/whoosh.
She'll just kind of like tap on his shoulder, going, yes, you do know me, but you don't know me like he knows me. That came out wrong. Oh my god. And she's gonna get up and move away.
Aurelius is sitting there, spiraling, unsure of what to make of that whole conversation.
Poor Ray.
Now Artemis is gonna look at Serenity and she's gonna look down at her, look up at her, a little pink in the cheeks, and just her brow's gonna furrow. Where'd your dress go?
Oh, I left it outside. She fucking runs out.
I was waiting for you to remember that.
As that happens, Aurelius stands up and he goes towards Artemis and he looks at the book and he's like, "What you reading?"
What you doing?
And then Artemis is gonna look a little excited and just kind of give a little wiggle it and up at Aurelius because that's her arcane buddy. She's like, I'm deciphering a code.
No, you serious? Aurelius sits down and immediately. Can he ID any of what's before him?
Roll an intelligence check.
Just
Comes
intelligence.
in and sees
Yeah.
that her girlfriend has been stolen and sits down by Elizabeth.
Also, Artemis, while he is doing the intelligence check, ironically, you got you look through it, you see the little goat mask and whatnot. You look between the two, you're like, maybe it has something to do with, and it takes you a couple of minutes, so it will take you a little bit of time, just like it took her. But eventually, you'll go, G-O. That's 20. H-A. Ah. You start picking it up. While that is happening, there's like a small interlude of the melody where Artemis, you will receive a private message. No one else hears it, just you.
As Elizabeth is trying to avoid Serenity's eye contact as she comes to sit next to her.
Serenity is pouting.
Elizabeth is expecting to talk, so she is avoiding eye
Oh, hold on.
contact.
There's one little bit to that.
Like a puppy who can't get in a room.
This is the chaos episode. Chaos RP.
When are we not chaos?
For real!
Yeah, but this is the chaos RP episode.
Ah, okay.
Not the chaos I'm running around on a fucking roof episode.
That was fun, though!
It was fun, yeah.
It was fun, but it's a different kind of chaos.
Actually, the bull
This is
still
more
bars
social
in.
chaos.
The bull. The Minotaur.
Me winning the
Raheem?
bull.
He's the only bartender, isn't he?
Yeah. It's Raheem who's the bartender. And
then there's a maid
Deza
as
is still like kind of like not cowering or anything like that, still like very much like still like taking in the fact that the demons were real.
I called Dessa over.
Actually,
But
Aurelius is gonna go comfort her.
yeah, she's like trying to keep going back to work, but she like there's like the missing table, the table that you broke with the head of it, well, not with the head of it, with the stabbing of a demon, the one that was kicked by Serenity when Maxim sat down. Like there's a number of upheaval and such that just is giving her a lot that she's still clearly processing.
I moved the table back.
Yes, but you also
And
kicked it.
Artemis is gonna look around. She's gonna realize that it's gotten a little louder in the room.
A little bit.
She's gonna glance over at Maxim, then back over at when Serenity comes back in. She's gonna grab her hand gently, kiss her knuckles, and just be like, "I'm gonna work on this up in my room. You can have fun down here. It's getting a little loud for me."
I'm so tired. She has like the face of, please let me come with you.
I need to do this privately.
She's got the
But I
big
can go to a
eyes and
different
everything.
room. I'll join you soon, okay?
Promise.
It's fine.
I'm gonna set her head on her shoulder before she gets up and heads to go to sleep.
And then Artemis is gonna glance back over at Maxim and just walk back up the stairs.
Okay.
She's gonna go back into the bugbear's room.
Gotcha. A few minutes passes, say about at most like 10, before the rest of the group doesn't really notice fully that the horn stops playing. Partly because Rune is playing like their lyre with a lot more energy, and so giving a bit more of a vibrancy to the room that wasn't there before. It's really honestly quite nice. However, in that little bit of interlude of not being needed with a pretty good stealth check, Maxim slips away and heads back upstairs to the bugbear's room. Glances to Artemis and just kind of doesn't close the door behind him, just kind of leaves it like cracked slightly. Moves towards the far wall so that they are not between you and the door. And they take a seat.
I thought you wanted a private conversation.
It's more for you than for me.
Then please close the door.
They'll nod and they'll get back up, close the door, sit back down.
Go on.
You're a ways from home, aren't you?
Aren't we all?
With the way you're heading, the only real road goes down towards Molten Hold. That's very close to home for you, isn't it?
What exactly do you know about me?
At the moment, I know where you're from. Beyond that, we just met.
Okay. So you know him from Denziel.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about Denziel?
I know they're intrusive. They have been setting out on a few extraneous excursions, or incursions rather, invasions nearly, but not quite, into different places, different areas. And they've been trying to advance arcane magics, or at least a form of it. That sound about right?
To a degree. How do you know about that? Usually outsiders don't know much. Kind of leans forward and looks at him a little closer. Pulls her scarf back because she knows that he saw her earlier.
Mm-hmm. They'll put a finger to their lips and lift the bandana so you get a peek. And then they cover it back up.
They have very tight border control. Surprised 2 of us slipped out.
Oh, more than that.
Really? Well,
Rune
slipped out for long.
said that you were quite amicable when they spoke, although you didn't seem to realize their own familiarity.
I don't usually recognize people from Denziel. I'm usually trying to avoid them.
No, their accent. They've been trying to hide it more often than not, and the fact that you didn't recognize it either means you've been away for a while or they're doing better. I like to go with they're doing better myself, but
They're doing better.
Hope. Good.
I listened closely for that sort of thing. She'll tap her mouth lightly.
Mhm. Are you returning? Or does your
No.
path simply just lead you close to it then?
We, our little group, doing some work. And one of the places that we will be going to, I believe, is Landfall.
It's far enough away for the most part.
They're very, very close.
Very close indeed, yes. I'm aware of a bit, clearly, with Elizabeth. Oh, I didn't exactly make that subtle.
No, but you're aware of her. But what are you aware of with our group? Is that why your room knew so much about us? Because you've been following her?
I don't know anything about most of you. I recognize your Iron Knight, as it were. Haven't met your ever so charming wrestler. she's tough.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of
Artemis is just gonna grin. I know how to pick 'em.
Kind of wish she'd let me hit her. She kept trying to, go with the wrestling thing, and I am not a good wrestler. I'm good at being squirmy. I'm not good at wrestling.
Well, I'm sure if you tried a little harder, you'd be better at it.
I mean, if I tried a little harder, sure, but I didn't want to try harder. I'm already trying to do like 3 things at once. I don't know how I'm able to keep everything sorted without the 4th thing slipping in or the 5th thing making me trip over the 1st thing. I've made myself a busy man.
I can tell.
Kind of like
bard and a monk.
kind of laughs at that, kind of scratches their neck. Yeah, it's my folks saw me now, they'd roll their eyes.
They'd probably say you were taking on a little too much.
Oh no, they'd say that was just like me, sticking my nose where it doesn't belong, where no one
A
wants
cop
me.
and a lawyer. That's kind of your job, isn't it?
Exactly. Sticking my nose where it doesn't belong.
Now I have a question for you.
I might have an answer, I might not. What's the question?
When you lived...
I know
where
what you
in
mean.
Tantiel did you live?
I live more towards the heart.
Hmm.
Not near the capital, more towards the, I suppose you could call it the lawless residence. Still under command by the High Council, but just enough out of their gaze to get away with a few things here and there. Gambling and such, things they normally wouldn't condone.
Artemis is going to pull her leg to the side, just kind of turn it by her foot and lift up her pant leg to show off a brand on the back of her calf. Does this look familiar?
Make an insight check. Welcome back.
16.
They've discussed that Maxim is from Dunziel, from more towards the center of it. That they're trying to get a gauge on each other. Paris has decided violence. With the 16, you can faintly hear his knuckles popping as they go white. His expression doesn't change, except that his eyes do not leave the brand. That is on the back of your leg.
So you do.
I recognize it.
Then you know why I left.
I can vividly imagine. Unfortunately.
They were rather fond of employing outsiders with grand notions of heroism to track down people like us. Especially property. Be careful about that. She'll gesture to his headband, scarf.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware. It's not got me in trouble yet.
If you're not opposed to using magic, I have a spell that I occasionally use that I'm likely going to be using more often when I get closer to the border.
The Sky Self?
Hmm.
Very handy, very useful. The bandana is more for when I am trying to conserve more.
Makes sense. So, was pulling me aside you just trying to register that I'm from where you thought I was from?
Oh no, I figured that. I just know what I am and how that can come across. Monk and such. One who's supposed to take in people like you and Elizabeth. So I wanted to help at least clear the air on this much.
I'm aware that Elizabeth is some kind of criminal, but
Elizabeth is trustworthy.
Oh no, I know that.
And I wanted to make sure
You're
that...
the one that needs to earn trust.
Fair.
But you're aware. Only vaguely of me. Correct?
I mean, your name is Artemis, as was said, yes?
And she relaxes a little more at that. Good. Good.
Only other Artemis I ever heard about was from another guy I met named Falcon. Always had his hand in way too many pots.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Well, whether or not you trust me, and whether or not you trust my words,
I'll trust you for now. It's a temporary offer.
Ken just smiles at that.
What? Trust is very expensive.
I'm aware.
Were you worried about being exposed?
No. I mean, if you expose me, what are you gonna do? Be like, look. Look at that.
Oh,
No
look
one in
at that.
Cormundum cares.
Yeah, they don't. It's very refreshing. Everyone in Denziel cares. Actually, I think care might be...
They obsess.
Yeah.
Be careful.
And she's gonna pause and look at him. Falcon.
Yeah.
Amber Moon?
Kind of like twitches, like their head to the side with kind of like that look of squinting eyes slowly. I mean, maybe. Do you know an Amber Moon?
I knew 2 Amber Moon. Only one of them was named Falcon. Is he alive?
There's a bit of like, there's like a moment of like silence from them as you see them. They don't like fully scrunch on themselves, but they kind of like do like an awkward like little like kicking of their leg, just like very kind of like I might have heard a thing and been a little in over my head as it was and said, if the hells take me, the hells take me, and did something crazy, maybe? We don't have to discuss that. That things happen.
No. No, explain this right now.
I might have accidentally, never on purpose, accidentally found the keys to a jail cell, set it loose, and then set the building on fire. Not necessarily in that order. I wasn't as proficient as I am now.
And Artemis is just gonna stare at him utterly stunned. I am that Artemis.
Last I heard, he said he was heading up towards some Kaingi, someplace like that.
Yeah. Any? Okay.
Say he knew that there was some people in his family who'd gotten over the border in the past or something.
Artemis is just gonna touch the watches underneath her scarf for a minute before clasping her hands together and rubbing at the beads around her wrist for a minute before just holding her hands. I knew his sister.
How is she?
She died. Those heroes I told you about.
I'm sorry. That was callous of me.
No, you didn't know.
I've been away for a while.
That place is falling apart from the inside, and they are desperately scrambling.
So I've heard.
That demon thought I was on his side.
Excuse me?
That demon thought I was on his side.
You seem like lean forward slightly and eyes like flicking from side to side, clearly thinking. And their eyes kind of slowly like slide back and look at the book that you have. My job was about the rune, not about that. No, they won't let me stretch that. Okay, pinches the bridge of his nose for a moment. I doubt you want to see me again, so I'll try not to get in your way, but if I hear of anything towards the border of random issues going on, I'll see if I can be the one assigned to check it out. At the very least,
Oh no, I rather prefer you to every other monk that I've met. Then again, they've buried the bar.
I mean, fair. They're just trying to do their jobs. It's not their fault that those who are higher up have closed the roads on every other avenue except the one they think is right.
You work in a corrupt system, you become corrupt.
Ew. No, that's why I work outside the system. Kind of winks at that. It's kind of like a terse, like trying to make light, not light of the situation, but like keep a lighthearted atmosphere despite the very rapid dive that the conversation took with that. Just again, just be careful.
Very likely they were the ones that brought them here.
Possibly.
I don't know what they would have to gain from closing an avenue of travel through the Colossal Wall.
If you cut off the Caucasus Walk, you split Cormundum in a third. There's a lot of good land here.
Incursions.
They can still push their way up without Seiya's Key being able to get immediate assistance over without having to go through the treacherous ravine No one
True.
wants to go through the ravine. Believe me.
Have you?
They lean back, and they kind of scratch at the back of their arm, and you actually, as they do that, you note that they wear like an arm cover that goes like up over their elbow, but only on their right arm. It's not a major detail that one would pick up immediately, but as you're looking at it, you kind of get the sense as they're kind of rubbing at it that they might have. It might not have been exceptionally good, as it were.
Desperate times?
Yet,
Hmm.
we keep getting it brought back around.
The magnetism.
That's a word for it.
I suppose being brought back to our own makes things a little difficult.
A little. Look, just... I know you'll take care of yourself. But I'm going to ask that you do so anyway. Elizabeth can take care of herself, but please take care of her too.
I do believe Serenity is likely to have that part covered as well.
Yeah. I don't doubt that. She leveled a sword at me.
Yes.
It was cute.
She is, isn't she?
Cute in the way of, oh, you might actually hurt me for breathing. It was the strangest sensation of I'm in danger and I need to just play it off like I'm fine, despite the fact that it is very clearly not. She's
It gives him an easy, like, kind of dreamy smile. She's great, isn't she?
Oh, you've got it bad.
I know. So do you.
Don't call me out. I'm not calling you out.
Yes, you did.
Shut up.
I'm just more accepting of what I know. But I also know it's incredibly, incredibly dangerous
I know.
to let her know. With what we are. And how a home likes to follow.
If you ever have home follow you and affect you, let me know.
It's gonna move the cloak back and just kind of flex her metal arm. Kind of wiggle the robotic fingers at him. Little late. They took a chance and kept it.
That's what I'm saying. If they do it again or attempt again.
It'll be a little difficult to call you if I don't have both arms. I'm gonna grin a little. Always dark
You know
humor.
what I mean.
Sounds like you're trying to take a brotherly role with me. You barely know me.
No, I'm not taking a brotherly role with you.
Then why are you determined to protect me?
I'm determined to protect you because you are from a place that hell would consider one of its layers. and I understand that place.
And who's trying to protect you?
They smile, and it's kind of that doesn't reach the eyes smile. They stand up and they're like, I better get back before they realize the horn's not playing. They move over to the window, open it up, nod to you, and just kind of roll out. Just whee!
She'll look down, walk over to it, and just kind of perch on it for a second. Not about to follow. I'm just staring at her.
Yeah, they just
You're
kind
an idiot.
They glance up and they're like, thanks. I try my best. Hook their
Not
thumbs
a
into
compliment.
their rope and they're like, took it as one, as they walk inside and take their place back on the stage to begin entering into a new bit of music that involves more of the horn that just seems to flow into itself in such a way that it's very difficult for anyone to have even realized that it wasn't there in the first place.
Artemis will just shake her head and then go back to her room where Serenity is and kind of move her around so that she can become the little spoon again.
This
Just pulling
whole
her arm
time,
around her middle.
this whole time, Aurelius has just been trying to comfort this poor girl. It's just they've been through a lot.
and then they looked at me and they were they didn't even leave a tip.
That's the.
Deza is trying to focus on things she knows, and she knows being a waitress. She knows a few other things, but that's the main thing she knows. And she's like, they didn't even leave a tip. Just very much just she's not quite disassociating, but it's close to it.
Aurelius gives her
No longer
enough
disassociation. This is a meltdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aurelius gives her enough gold for the equivalent of a Hot Wheel.
Aw, Aurelius.
She just like stares at it, looks up to you, like kind of moves over and kind of like leans their head and just kind of clank, bangs their head against your chest lightly and just kind of just leans into you. And just kind of
Aurelius hasn't really said. He hasn't said much. He's mostly doing what he can through actions alone because he doesn't feel like he has enough humanity in himself to really say or help on an emotional level in terms of like verbal comfort. But he knows he can do things. Like he knows like if someone asks him to like fucking pull a cart like barehanded, he will do it. Yeah, but he on the emotional side, he doesn't feel confident in himself to really say anything. So he's doing what he can physically to assist them in any way, things like that. And he's just generally like a focus on her because she seems the most distraught.
Yeah.
And my phone wants to be part of the conversation, apparently.
Allow me to speak.
Hello. Avon
That was
calling.
that was a timer too. That was the funniest shit. I know that noise.
I have a question. Sorry. Did he say Kaneki?
What?
What?
No, I mean,
no.
where
Yes.
Kainigi. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
actually pronounced kinda guy, but
Okay.
I like Kanegi.
Right, kinda, yeah.
My kind of guy.
Oh my god, no! To the dungeon with you.
Clank, 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 clank.
to the pungeon with
Okay.
you.
Yeah, that was the only question I had because I got kind of confused with that part.
no. He didn't remember the exact name of it, but that's why I pinged it on the map a few times.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was busy looking at my backstory. Thanks.
No, that's fine. You were like, wait, why do I recognize this name?
My dramatic backstory.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has one of those, and like,
I'm waiting for.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
wonderful.
everyone in this team has a dramatic backstory.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for, considering how Dawn is going to do this, mine to come through the wall.
We'll get there.
I don't mean that figuratively.
I'm
here.
I have a wall specifically set up. When I tell you about the wall, I will describe it in detail. You will
You're just gonna
understand
describe
that
this
it's the
nice
wall.
mahogany wall. And now it's broken.
and now it's dead. They
For some
killed
reason,
it.
I like the idea that the party's just like looking at a painting for whatever reason, and then suddenly a person just crashed.
I'm here.
Just a hand
Bro, you
sticking
said-
through the painting, just like with this tap tap tap.
You said
This isn't
painting,
cool.
and I went to like Helsing Abridged, and it down spiraled.
I tried
They're
to
in the
stop him,
museum.
but he tilted all of the paintings on his way.
While
Okay,
saying
yes.
something along the lines of, and I quote, "Fuck the police."
And I quote, pardon my French, no offense,
No
some
offense.
taken. But yes.
Yeah, that's basically what Aurelius is doing. There's not much really to
No, that's fine.
say.
So,
I thought you meant he was tilting paintings for a second. I'm like, why?
Yes, Aurelius is going around this room, which doesn't have any paintings, and is
No,
is tilting all the non-existent paintings.
it's making you have a headache because there are tilted, non-existent paintings that are being tilted, and your brain is comprehending that there is a non-existent painting that's been tilted, but you can't untilt the non-existent painting because it doesn't exist.
He's in a loop. He's in a loop.
Out of my ear. Let's not.
Yes, but
I think I just had a brain aneurysm.
do not have a brain aneurysm. I need your brains. Even if they're only
All
a brain
I
cell.
wanna do is eat your
But-
brains. I'm sorry.
Hold on. So, is everyone okay with expediting to the next day?
Yes.
I mean, Artemis got pinned to the ground, but I'm sure she's fine with that.
Pin to the bed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can do a long
so-
rest.
And then
Well,
she just pouted, just gave
Hold on.
us
Aurelius,
the
anything?
most pitiful pat. Ow.
Yes. Yes, Aurelius?
I'll just say, for argument's sake, Aurelius does comforting things. He eats foods. He checks up on everyone. He
Yeah.
goes outside, does sword training,
Yeah.
and
What,
and once
Hold on.
once again he just sleeps in the forest again. He likes
That's not
it
even
there.
in the lines! We bought a bed for you!
You have
Look, Aurelius thinks
Get in
that
the room!
Aurelius thinks that sometimes you just like you gotta be in discomfort to appreciate the comfort.
But
You
you
know?
haven't
You're already
appreciated
in
the
armor.
comfort
You're
yet.
already uncomfortable.
I love it. You must experience discomfort to enjoy the comfort. Or you can just enjoy the comfort and skip the middleman! Get in here!
but yeah.
he's-
So
He is
But
outside.
the moon.
He is outside, and that's where he sleeps. And
long rest.
Long
Yeah,
rest.
long rest. Thank fucking God!
Oh,
Fuck you!
You're welcome, Paris. Because there's more.
I hate you.
Do you?
I don't know, do I?
Would you
Yes.
hate me if I told you you get a Scooby snack?
Yes.
Depends on what flavor the Scooby Squab. The Scooby Squab! The
The
Scooby Snack is!
It's
I'm
in.
quoting that right now.
It's in level up flavor.
Ooh.
Okay, I don't hate you no more.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yay!
I didn't fucking think so.
Give me that fucking Scooby Snack.
Here's a Scooby snack.
I get extra attack! Finally!
Same.
Okay, let me just.
Give me those goodies. Wait, is it just extra attack, or is that when I get
You also get the fast movement at level 5.
Oh, Serenity can keep up with Elizabeth now. It's great.
Yep.
Is it great though, considering how often she bothers the fuck out of?
Oh, I was
Can't run now.
I was expecting a talk before you went up to bed, so it's fine.
To be honest, she probably makes her way down because it's like, I didn't eat dinner. And she is the type where it's like, if her stomach starts to growl,
Mm-hmm.
she has to get food. She won't be able to go back to sleep.
Oh, I understand that.
So, I mean, if you want to do the talk now, she's downstairs at like 8 fucking p.m.
Elizabeth hasn't gone to bed yet if you want to do that before going to bed.
Let's fucking do it. I want to see what she wants to talk to her about. Oh, please.
Oh, no, no. Elizabeth was expecting Serenity to talk to her about Maxim.
Oh, all right. Hang on. Hang on. All right, let me stretch. All right, so...
Oh, it's going to be one of those. Oh, God.
So, she sees that Elizabeth has not gone to sleep yet.
Mm-hmm.
And she orders a drink, and this is Final Fantasy music, and it's throwing me off because I think it's coming from my game, and it's not. She kind of, orders a drink from Deza. Yes, she tips Deza, because Deza's been through a lot.
Yes, Deza has.
And she sits down by Elizabeth. Actually, she'll order 2 drinks and, sit down by Elizabeth, set the other in front of her.
Elizabeth will look up and give a smile and say thank you.
She smiles at her. She will wait until she starts drinking.
Oh, she won't hesitate. She's not expecting it. I am. And we'll start drinking.
So when are you going to tell him that you like him?
See, that's the thing. Elizabeth not even hesitating, will say that's the thing. I'm pretty sure it's one-sided.
Did you try and find out?
He told me
I
he
forgot
was
her
being...
accent. Repeat that? I'm sorry.
Oh, I stopped. It's fine. He told me he was just being nice. It's fine.
Have you perchance thought that maybe he was saying that because he thought that you didn't like him and he didn't want to make you even more scared of the possibility of romance?
You'll see Elizabeth. You can actually see the wheels in her brain working for a moment. I mean, not in so many words, but I made it kind of obvious. I thought.
Elizabeth.
I don't do relationship Serenity. The last one I had was
no,
so bad.
I'm not admonishing. It took me and Artemis 6 months to admit that we were interested in each other. And in that time, I have come to love Artemis. I'm in love with her. Artemis does not feel the same yet. I don't know if she ever will, and I am happy to be with her regardless of such. But I have admitted at least once to her that I was in love and quickly backpedaled. I know what tactic he's using. I would highly suggest you talk to him and lay everything out.
Can I ask your advice on something?
Sure.
Is Artemis your first relationship?
She kind of gets this very sad smile. No. She's my only good one, though.
I've only had one before, and it took me almost dying to realize how abusive it was.
Sometimes
So,
we're stuck in the loop.
I'm scared.
All right. I will. Do you want to love someone again?
I mean, yeah.
Then.
Isn't that what everybody wants?
I know a few people who sometimes aren't too interested in it, but that's beside the point.
I mean, fair.
If you want to love him, then sometimes you have to take that jump. It's scary and it's terrifying, and the ifs and ands or what ifs are just, they can be overwhelming. But won't you be happy if it works out?
I mean, we're probably going to be parting ways soon, so if he rejects me, I won't see him again.
That doesn't sound like such a bad thing. If he rejects you, you won't have to see him, you won't have to think about it. If he accepts you, then now you know you have something to look forward to.
Good thing that's happened in a while, if that's the case.
She puts her hand to her shoulder. You will always have our little group. Whether that is to celebrate or to mourn and scream and cry. We will be here to help you.
You've seen my way of dealing with that kind of thing.
And
I
you've
just,
seen how Artemis deals with things. I am used to those who do not experience negative emotions in what is the, she air quotes, normal way.
okay.
That doesn't mean that I won't help you.
If the chance comes up before we, leave, I'll tell him.
I would potentially suggest maybe tomorrow, because we're not sure if he will leave before us. I mean, his job was to find the rune, and she kind of gestures, like, to the door.
Eh,
The rune has been found.
technically, if we want to be you found it when you were on the roof. You just didn't notice it.
Both of us?
You know where your foot fell through?
Oh, my.
My foot fell through it too. I should have known. It's an old thing that my crew used to do to kind of like hide holes in the roof.
She like puts her hand to her face and you can see her laughing.
Eh, I mean,
It's
he didn't do it that good, but I mean, I didn't notice it, but I wasn't looking for it. I saw a skylight, and my little thief brain went, I need to go down skylight. So, I went down skylight.
I hope you don't take this offensively, but you remind me sort of like a mouse. There's a
How
small
so?
there's a small area and you wish to be in it.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. um, yeah, if I get a chance, I'll talk to him. If not, it wasn't meant to be. She'll down the rest of her drink and hurry away.
Destiny is only a set path if you do not take it by the neck.
You'll just see her give a thumbs up as she heads up the stairs to her room and go to sleep.
You'll finish your you'll finish your drink and then head back to bed with Artemis.
I will say the last time you saw Maxim went outside. And you do hear, like, as you go up towards your room, the sound of a very, like, not soft, but very soothing, light-hearted woodwind. Some kind of flute.
Excellent.
Is a window in Elizabeth's room?
Please tell me this man's outside your window like the fucking
Fucking Peter
Wait,
Pan!
No, I'm just curious. Is
Peter
there...
Pan ass bitch!
Yes, there's a window.
Okay, Elizabeth will open her window, not expecting to see anything, but open her window and peek her head up to see if she can see anything in the dark as a human.
The moons are not all illuminated at the same time. They're different levels of illumination, so it gives a variety of different lights depending on which moon's more full. But with this, I'll say make a perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah. No disadvantage for the moment.
With no disadvantage?
No
Okay.
disadvantage, yeah.
The moon's bright enough that you can kind of see.
Oh,
The
now I roll
moons.
good.
Yeah.
Now I roll good.
Yeah.
That's what love does, man!
Paris,
What?
this world has 3 moons.
Ooh, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Tatooine.
It has
Okay.
3 moons, but you peek out and kind of like one leg dangling off the edge, kind of more towards the corner end of the roof, slightly looking more out towards the forest and towards where you can kind of see Aurelius just moving their sword in various forms and such. Again, he is on the roof. Aurelius is on the ground. But on the roof is Maxim.
Once once Elizabeth sees them, she'll just go, "Good night, Maxim."
Kind of, the music pauses for a moment. They glance down towards you, and they have this kind of goofy smile. And they finger wave back. Good night. Sleep
Don't
well.
stay up. Don't stay up too long, and she'll just close her window and go to bed.
You know, try, but you hear good night. You like what? Look up. You just see sitting on the roof, and then as soon as you hear him go, oh, sweet dreams and stuff. Okay.
Serenity wants to talk to Maxim now. Oh God.
Oh God, he's precious.
Aurelius just looks up at him and just shrugs, like, what?
They kind of glance back down, see you, shrug, and they shrug back, and they go back to playing on their pipes.
Aurelius goes back to playing with his sword.
he's trained.
Oh no!
He's trained.
Wait! Oh my God! I love how it collectively.
That
hit
is
me at
immortalized on the
same
internet
time.
now. I can't take it back.
In my hubris.
That's why I tried to help, soften the blow. But you did say that, yes. You were training.
The best part is like, if he didn't say, "Oh my God," I don't think me or fucking Moss would have thought anything.
Oh no! I instantly thought it. I was just waiting for it to hit him.
I took a second because I'm like, "Why is he saying oh?" And then I replayed it, and I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Hold up.
Do I hear the woodwinds on the roof?
No, but it's not like it's hidden.
If anything, Aurelius is moving his sword almost in time with it to like get a flow.
Yeah.
You're not helping. You're not helping yourself. That grave's already.
No, you're not.
No, let
not.
him have his moment.
Artemis is waiting for Serenity to come back to bed. They're just kind of puzzling over the journal while waiting.
I'm climbing on the roof, Dawn. I'm doing it again.
She drank her Dawn bit juice.
Well,
Elizabeth had extra to share.
He won't come down if I ask him because he's too cheeky. So I have to go up to him.
Yeah, because Comp likes to make brats.
I mean, Comp is a brat, so that makes sense. That's right, I said it. He's gonna strike me with lightning! I can feel it! I'm getting on the roof, Don. I'm trying to fucking walk over to him without poking a third hole in the roof!
Make an athletics check.
Oh! Dislike all of this. I fucking hate you. Not you, my rolls.
It's not
I hate me too.
bad enough to poke another hole in the roof, but you do climb up onto the roof, yes.
Yo, why do you keep getting 2 rolls?
Because they're rolling with disadvantage. They're still exhausted.
Right. Sorry.
Why Artemis isn't doing anything?
Look. She likes Elizabeth. She knows Elizabeth is emotionally constipated. She knows Maxim won't do anything until Elizabeth does something. So she's taking it upon herself to try and get this ball rolling.
Slow down. Did you just say emotionally constipated?
Yes.
Yes, Elizabeth
That's
is
a
emotionally
thing?
constipated. Yes, it
That's
is,
a thing.
actually.
That is absolutely a thing.
Effectively means that they're keeping everything in.
Ah.
So nothing
The
can
Raynor
move.
approach.
So they can't do the emotional poop.
Oh my god.
Let's move on from that.
I'm going to lightly tap the roof so he knows I'm up here if he didn't somehow hear me.
They continue playing for, I'd say, effectively to the end of the song, as it were. Before they pause and they glance back, she's like, "What? I wasn't gonna let him, stop midway through."
Aurelius just keeps training, now without the music.
Yeah. Motions to Aurelius, and she's like, "What? He was keeping time. It was fun."
I feel like that was more a case of because you were playing rather than because he was training, but I see the
We
appeal.
worked together.
May I sit down?
I'd say it's a free roof, but considering the fact that it's owned by someone,
Well, it's also the fact that I don't like to invade personal space without a good reason.
I mean, are you in my personal space?
Am I?
Are you?
Am I?
Are you?
I don't know.
This is gonna
am
go
I?
on
It's
forever.
going to go back and forth so much. It's so fucking stupid. They both drank the dumb bitch juice. I hate it.
Does Aurelius hear this?
Not like loudly. They're not talking like loud tones. But you kind of like, as you're like training, you like note that there's conversation. You pause, you look up, you see Serenity just on the roof again.
You throw something at
Aurelius?
me, I'll come down there and kick your ass exhausted.
Why would I do that?
I don't
What
know,
in the nine hells made you think that I
Aurelius is
would
getting
do that?
unpredictable.
Aurelius is a good boy.
Good
He can be mischievous.
bean. He can be mischievous, but he's a good bean.
He's not gonna risk doing actual damage to you.
Emotional damage.
That's another
That's
story.
different. That doesn't take away hit points.
Exactly.
That's called psychic damage. What do you mean?
That doesn't
No.
take away hit points he can see.
You know what? Fair enough. All right. So, hang on.
Yep.
Composure.
Holding.
Sorry, the cat. Oh, I see it. The cat scratched the fuck out of Mom, so I'm trying to help her get a bandage on it.
Fair.
Oh no, poor baby.
My friend said,
I mean-
"Poor baby."
Oh, sorry, I meant instantly just wants to feel bad for the cat.
Kissing her and hugging her. She didn't want me to go away.
So she grabbed you. So she's going to take a seat by Maxim because she can tell that this is going to be an endless fucking loop eventually.
Mhm.
Ugh.
If it's an
Can I be
endless
blunt
loop,
with
I
you?
just kind of want Aurelius standing there staring at them until they stop. Like those little animatics where there's that one guy in the background who's just like,
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm so sorry.
like- Are you done? Yeah.
Oh dear God, I'm an idiot. I was trying to take the plastic off the bandage. I'm like, why is it stuck so hard? Well, idiot, it's because you're holding down the part that you're trying to pull off.
Fair.
Oh,
so what's your intelligence stat?
I say that it's a 6. People keep telling me that it is at least a 16.
16 at least. She's got a big, beautiful brain.
I thought he was about to say she got a big booty. I'm like, the brain
Big,
ain't there.
beautiful brain.
That's not where the brain is.
Beautiful brain.
She will kind of look at Maxim. Can I ask you a very blunt question?
If I say no sarcastically enough, will you still tell me?
Yes.
And you're going to say it anyway, so go for it.
When are you going to tell her? When are you going to tell her?
Tell her what?
Elizabeth,
What?
that you have feelings for her.
Oh, I thought I made it very clear.
Yeah, you're both very stupid when it comes down to other people's feelings, so I would highly suggest you make the first move because she doesn't know. She thinks that you don't like her.
No, I made it very clear that I like her.
That is exactly what she said to me regarding you. That she thought she... Exactly. Hence why I'm telling you right now to just say something, because you are both incredibly fucking bad at reading people. And you are both dancing around each other in this boorish mating ritual because you don't think the other one likes you, when in reality, you are both pining for each other. So I really beg of you to say something to her that is painfully obvious, or hell, just hug her and give her a kiss on the cheek, because we have limited time and limited lives.
Aurelius is trying to reflect the moonlight into their eyes.
It's not working as well as you're hoping, but he's trying. Maxim stares at you for a moment, slowly squints, just like, are you getting like some voyeuristic pleasure out of this?
No, I am desperately trying to get Elizabeth some happiness, because even from what little I know of her, she has been through hell and back and deserves even a tiny shimmer of light. And as an ex-person of the clergy and an angel who is, rather, a celestial being, as people have called me, who is meant to protect others, emotional protection counts just as much. Why I said you didn't have to hide your ears, considering that I am one of what, 5 known beings at the moment?
Kind of like have this like darting look of like what? Trying to process
Do you
that.
know what an Azumai is?
Oh yeah, no, I've know like a few more of you than 5.
I don't know how many. I've only heard of a few.
And
each time was with rather...
fair. Look, I put effort into trying to figure out what caused her so much pain. I don't want to be the person to add more on top of that.
Then don't.
Look,
I know it is said in a simplistic way, and I understand this is far more complex than I know. However, she loves you. You love her. You are terrified of hurting her. But don't you think it will hurt her more to eventually one day find out that she could have had a person that she so desperately wants, and neither one of them made the first move?
I'd rather her live a long and happy life.
A long life is not guaranteed, so why not live the days you have happy as you can be?
Just a question about the audibility of all this.
Yep.
Is it like a soft whisper in a distance type
It's
thing?
Soft whisper in a distance, yeah.
They're keeping
Okay.
their voices low. I just get louder because I get excited.
Yeah, no, this is stage whispers, where we're talking in a normal tone, but they're speaking in tones that Aurelius can't hear, so he's just kind of like, I'm gonna flash you with some of the moonlight here real quick, and just eventually they will see 2 moons.
Aurelius is just trying to be annoying.
Yeah.
She'll put her hand on his shoulder. I have only had one relationship, and it was bad. So 2. Now, I understand Elizabeth's own hesitation. But there is no point to living if you do not try and get the things that you want. Life is not safety. Life is taking chances and enjoying when those chances end up good.
I am not a good person.
No one is.
No, I am not a good person.
And I don't think she will care, Maxim. Will you be a good person to her?
You are head over heels in love. You are deep underwater, aren't you?
And I'm not entirely sure that she is that she's the same as I am. But I'm willing to deal with that if it means I get even one more second with her.
I understand what you're saying. You don't understand what I'm saying. And I think that's the point at the moment.
I don't think I need to understand everything to understand that you two need each other. More than either of you seem to know.
I'll say that you can tell that there's a visible frustration.
She sighs. Help me understand, if you would, why you can't then.
No, I don't think I will. I'm not wrapping you up into this any more than Artemis is.
She kind of arches her eyebrow.
She's only told you so much. If she wants to tell you more, that's on her. I'm not going to drag you into that. None of you deserve that.
Funny. Artemis said the same thing.
Funny how that works.
And considering that, by that logic, I am on Elizabeth's side of this situation, it would break my heart more if I was not to be with her. Come wind, come hail, and the abyss, even if the worlds come crashing down upon us, it doesn't matter what she would bring with her to me. I will always be by her side, ever a present angel and guardian. And I believe Elizabeth would like to be the same with you. I've given you more than enough to think about.
He just kind of stares at you for a little bit, closes his eyes and exhales slowly. I'm sure you see yourself as a good woman, a good person.
No.
Whether you realize it or not, that is how you are portraying yourself.
Because you know more about my mind than I do, apparently. I'm not a good person. I'm a repenting soul.
I'm not.
I'm sure you believe that what you're doing is good. Do you not?
I don't know. I thought I did. Not sure anymore. There's still so much to this world I don't know, and you definitely don't know. And while I appreciate the advice, and I will consider it, please don't think you know me just because you're aware of what love is. I'm aware of what love is, how it feels, that desire, that want, that need. And I know what I'm saying when I say I am not a good person for her. She deserves better. So much better than me.
You pass her shoulder, and she'll stand up. I never claim to know fully about you. I just know that the words you say are echoes of very familiar words. Just keep in mind everything I said, if you would. She will leave to go to sleep.
And Artemis will look up when she comes in.
As you are heading off the roof, right as you're getting ready to start making your way down, you do hear a faint crack. Kind of look around, make sure you didn't break anything.
I'll look back towards Maxim.
You don't say anything.
Oh, he's just gone?
No.
Okay.
They're still on the roof. Aurelius, while her back was turned, you saw Maxim just kind of like sitting there for a moment, and then just shove their fist through the roof, and then quickly pull it out and just act like nothing happened. She didn't see it. She doesn't know. But you saw because you were, kind of watching this. Like, what are they doing?
Aurelius is going to keep it to himself. At this stage, he believes whatever's happening between the party, or like whatever's going on there, is not his issue. He doesn't feel the need to interfere with any of that.
Yep.
He doesn't feel qualified, so he's just going to keep his mind off the thoughts in his mind, mostly the memories that came back due to the demons.
Right.
And the more he thinks on those memories, it seems the more offensive his stance has become, and the more aggressive he becomes, until eventually he tires himself out. And he just once again sits down looking at the moon, and then when he's ready, he'll he considers just falling asleep there because he doesn't want to move. But he doesn't, he feels like, that they're paying for a bed, I might as well use it.
So he actually comes inside and uses the bed.
Yeah,
Does he remove his armor?
He's not trying to draw attention to himself. And no, he does not, because paranoia, and
Fair.
especially considering the demonic shit that happened, he's keeping that on. He feels
safest when he's fully, impenetrable.
Last time he had his armor off, a team member saw him too.
he feels so much more comfortable and so much safer with his armor on. Like he borderline freaks out when he's not.
The
safety blanket.
I will also say that after the talk, there's like a moment where there's a tiny bit of music, but it's offbeat. It's only maybe a few notes before it cuts out, a few more notes, cuts out, and then goes silent.
Yeah. So as much as Aurelius deals with his physical demons, he's dealing with his psychological ones before he goes to sleep.
A few questions for Artemis.
Is Serenity coming to bed yet?
She's coming to bed, yes.
She looks tired. She already looked tired, but now she just looks like she's mentally tired.
Yeah, Artemis is gonna put the journal away and just kind of gesture for her to come to bed, because she's all ready for bed. She's just waiting.
Here's your question. Do you and Maxim know each other?
Just gonna pause and just shake her head a little. No, but we're from the same place.
Well, that's why he knows of you. Don't worry, he didn't tell me anything that you haven't. Or rather, he didn't tell me anything. He said it wasn't his place.
I didn't think he would.
Kind of leans in and just kind of pushes the side of her head against hers for a second. I know you will tell me with time, or rather, I hope.
Artemis is gonna put her hand over hers and squeeze a little. There's just a lot to tell, and it hurts to talk about it. But perhaps with time. Can we sleep now?
She nods her head. I will wait until the world ends if I have to.
You're
Come
so
on.
dramatic. She's just gonna say that fondly.
She smiles. She'll go to sleep with her.
And this time, Artemis is going to be the big spoon. Looks like Serenity needs to be spooned.
He really does.
That's a quote.
Get spooned.
Listen, being the little spoon makes you feel safe. Serenity needs to feel safe.
I do.
Artemis can jetpack.
I'm not even gonna quote who said it, just no context.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say that because tomorrow you guys can choose whether or not you are leaving tomorrow or a little bit later. Up to you, obviously. But the bridge will be open tomorrow. I'll say that will be where we will end the session for now.
Yay!
With your level
Okay.
up, you're level 5.
More hit points and 2 attacks.
Hell yeah.
And I get to upgrade to necromancy.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
Twice
dancing
Serenity.
in the wind. She wants to be tanky. But yeah, I do hope you all had quite a bit of fun.
She's 8 points above what the average is.
Just casually. If you are wanting to see more of this, we do try and stream this every week. We generally start the stream between 7:30 and 8, and the session begins between 8 and 8:30, depending on when everyone shows up, obviously. And we do post these to YouTube on my channel, the Uncommon Guru, the word Uncommon and Guru. And we are just kind of looking to have a good time. We don't have a name for these. It's currently just episode. We'll figure it out eventually. But in the meantime, we hope we can see more people show up next week. This has been an absolute delight. It's just you guys are great. You know that? You guys know that? You guys are
What?
You guys are a delight. You're amazing.
You're a
We
brat.
exist.
We love you.
You exist and you're amazing.
Brat.
Brat.
You.
Brat.
You.
Brat.
Everyone here's a brat.
Yes.
Brat.
Brat.
All I
Brat.
did was
Brat.
swing my... Basically,
No. Aurelius and Zark, y'all are not brat.
literally all Aurelius did today, act as a like pseudo ref, practice with sword, be confused.
Love that Aurelius had to basically suffer through the effects of, is this what being attracted to someone is? Oh,
Aurelius
dear.
hasn't been attracted to someone in like 4 years.
Man's just like, I didn't. Oh. So that's what that feels like. I thought I forgot about that. Heart starts beating again. What are you doing back?
Cut it out. Stop speeding. I changed my mind. Keep beating. But yes,
Aurelius is gonna keep his thoughts and shit to himself.
obviously.
It didn't take Serenity much to be like, oh, he's checking me. What? Wait.
Guys,
Thoughts for later. Anyway.
we hope to see you all next week, which will be the 30th? Yeah, the 30th.
Yes.
And until then, thank you all so much for just watching. We're happy to have any kind of interaction with anyone else, but we're just doing this to have a story and have it recorded to be put out for other people to enjoy as well as to have a record for it so we can look back on it later and go, wow, I forgot about that, because
I forgot about the time that Serenity ran around on the roof for half an hour struggling.
it was great. But
Look, man, I'm not built for that.
But until next time, I'm the Uncommon Guru. We're WhatTeamComp, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!